Hello, divine masculines and cross watchers, or whoever is just interested in the dramatic soap opera that is the twin flame journey. I have to admit, it is, now that, well, I guess for divine feminine, things have cooled down a little bit. So for me now, it's a little bit of a soap opera. But it doesn't seem like things are going so well for divine masculines right now, in the sense of having to face the shedding of their old ways, old patterns, old behaviors. This is just something that I think collectively is going on for twin flames that are no longer together or in separation. So we're just gonna see what my spirit guides have to say about the situations for the people who are resonating with my messages. So thank you so much for clicking on my video. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe. Okay, so we'll just jump right into it. I already shuffled. Okay, the world reversed, Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool reversed. Oop, it's too many. The Tower reversed. Woo. The Hierophant, Four of Swords, and we'll get one more. The Empress reversed. Well, guys, you can look at the cards yourself. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana. Now, for divine feminines, this is what our readings used to look like a couple months ago. So there's a lot happening here. This is now divine masculine's time to go through the motions. Okay, so we start off here with the World in reverse. So okay, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so the World in reverse. So it seems like everything has been tossed and turned, and completely the world that divine masculine knows has completely been flipped on its head. Things are stagnant. Things are not moving. He is not manifesting. Nothing that he wants to work out for him, or that he was invested in, is not working. It is all going down the shitter. I mean, we know this because this was happening as well in divine feminine's lives. So this is just the process of shedding. So it feels like the world is ending, literally and figuratively, but it feels like the world is ending because everything that you know and everything that you have gotten used to, or things that you had planned for the future, all the things that you were investing in, you start to realize that none of it matters, right? And that that energy, because you're breaking karmic cycles and clearing your bloodline, right? Divine feminines and divine masculines a lot of time are born into families or situations, not all the time, but usually that has a lot of turmoil in it, because you have to you being such a high vibration, it's not going to fit for you. So there's one of two things: either you try desperately to make it fit, and then you realize in a fashion like this that there's no way that it's going to fit, because you were not born to fit in, you were born to stand out. Or you completely fight it your whole life, and still have to work through all the attacks from the people who are around you, who want you to stay put in your place and to keep the status quo and to keep the 3D flowing, like the 3D, which is basically energy harvesting exchange. So everybody's feeding off of one another, and you are part of the feeding circle. You don't when you are shedding, when you're done shedding all of this this karmic crap, you realize that there's no need for you to feed on others or for them to feed on you. It's just complete emotional balance, and energy doesn't go anywhere that we don't want it to. No one's allowed to steal it from us, take it from us, or give it, or have us give it away to the detriment of ourselves anymore. So that's the shedding of that. So next we have Queen of Wands. And with the Queen of Wands, I'm feeling like Divine Masculine right now is starting to like wake up to who he is, and like is starting to feel kind of like that fight come back to him, where before it was like a lot of desperation. I remember in like prior readings it would be like super like, oh, what am I gonna do, everything is over, I don't know how to get out, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune that like I think he's starting to wake up now, he or she, it doesn't matter, just the masculine energy, that he is starting to wake up to who he is, his divinity, and like why everything has been topsy-turvy, and why that the wheel is spinning the way that it is. There's absolutely there is fire, I think, and I think maybe he's going to have the strength now to fight back against the powers that are pushing him around, because I know that if you're very sensitive and in tune, divine feminines, if you're sensitive and in tune to divine masculine, you're gonna feel all of this, and you can feel, you're getting energetically attacked and you're nowhere near him. You're like, damn, like if it's this bad and I'm all the way over here, not even contacting you, not in touch with you, and I'm still getting hit, like we can kind of put our to have sympathy really for the situation, because we know what it's like, right? We had to clear out our own karma, but when you guys were together, divine masculines and divine feminines, trying to work through it together, like you could feel that heavy dark, like this is his time now to go deal with his stuff before that this union could ever happen, right? So yeah, the Fool in reverse, I'm feeling like he wants to start this new beginning. He has this passion, but is not really sure where to go, and exactly who to go to for guidance. Like, this is completely new territory, and for most people going through their awakening when they first start, it's like everything is very scary, and you start to see like you don't know who to trust. And I mean, this is long after my awakening process, and I'm still in a state of like, I think that you have someone figured out. You think you never really know, and then at the same time, it's not really. I really don't feel like it's people, like individual people, their fault. A lot of people are very malicious, but I think a lot of people just don't understand. They just don't understand how the energy is being used, and how they're enforcing this draconian feeding frenzy on other people. But we see it, right? So when you come out of it, I think divine masculine is kind of scared to start. He has that fire in him. He has the knowledge here, like with the Hierophant, but maybe scared to take that first step to stand up to those people, but it's burning inside of him. So we have the Tower reverse. So I feel like whatever was I feel like, okay, it's one of two things. Either things have gotten so out of control that it's like being pushed into his destiny, the world and the Wheel of Fortune, or the worst of it is over now, and there's a bit of clarity with the Hierophant next to it. I'm getting that it's more that, and that, or even if it's worse, it doesn't matter. He is starting to see what's really going on, and what Divine Feminine has been telling him, and he's really meditating and contemplating and thinking on this, and I think in a bit of a state of shock. I think it's like, it's like just feeling like you have to start all over again, because everything has been obliterated, and this new beginning is going to start. But maybe I feel a sense of like wanting to know all the facts first, even though that fire's there, and like wanting to go on and wanting to leave that old chapter behind and start this new beginning, that there's still like the sense of like, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I need to think about this, and probably going back and forth a lot. I'm getting But I think in his head it's starting to make sense what's really going on. And great for you, Divine Masculines. This is not an easy journey at all. And Divine Feminines all over the planet are sending you our love and blessings. We need to hurry up and wake up. I don't know what the timing is, but everything is in divine timing. Everything will be done the way it's supposed to. And you just gotta accept. I think the acceptance is happening now, because I know readings a few weeks ago were saying stuff like, you know, being in denial a lot. I know I did a reading where it seemed like the Divine Masculine was in denial a lot, but I think the awareness is really here. So the last thing we have here is the Empress. And the Empress reversed, I think he's missing, his Empress. Or maybe there's like a lack of feminine figures in this masculine's life that can give him the guidance that he's looking for. He could be around family, friends, um, you know, acquaintances, female figures that are not the embodiment of the Empress, but the opposite. So I don't feel like there's a lot of trust right now with the feminines that are around his life. Or maybe he's feeling like he doesn't have access to the Divine Feminine, so therefore maybe this new beginning will not start. Or feeling like this, he would like to start it with the Divine Feminine, but she is inaccessible. Either way, I think it's basically like knowing that, well, he has to do it himself. Divine Masculine has to do himself. I'm sure he knows that, but that longing of like your counterpart kind of feel, or looking for your counterpart in other women and not seeing it. Okay, so I'm going to clarify the world with this deck. This deck I don't read reversal. So the world, we have message of concern. So I feel like Divine Masculines have seen something. They have seen something that has turned their world upside down. They have seen maybe someone betraying them, heard somebody betraying them, maybe somebody sent them a message, but there seems to be like there was something, a catalyst for this whole world to be turned upside down. And when he witnessed this or seen it, that at that point it was like the clarity came in and was like, these people or this person is not who I think they are. Could very well be like a karmic situation, but at the same time I feel like these people, karmics, are just catalysts for a bigger story. It's not the individual. I don't really believe it is about the individual person, but it is the entities that they are ran by, right? The vibrational frequency, the hive mind that they're tapped into, that is acting out, trying to keep people trapped in the 3D. This is just facts, you know what I mean? So one more for Queen of Wands, please. Wealthy man. Yeah, so he has that that passion to start, and I think that maybe he's feeling like he needs money to start this new beginning. Like maybe that fire is inside of him, but it's like maybe he's not doing well with money and thinks that he needs to be the wealthy man so that he can start this new beginning. And to move away from these energies that he's in. And it's true, you do need money to start, but really if you believe in a higher power, if you really truly believe in who you are, you would know that the divine has your back. But when you're surrounded by all this darkness, it's hard for them to get access to you, especially if you are willingly still stuck around these energies. You're not making the move. You got to meet the divine halfway. You can't expect for all of it to be just divine intervention. You have to want it and you have to make the work. So I think Divine Masculine probably has hang-ups right now about money, and that's why he really can't make a move to stay away from people, from the certain people who are not good for him at this time. So I'm going to clarify Wheel of Fortune, please. Whoop, gift. So this turn of events, okay, my cards are going all over the place. This turn of events, as chaotic as it may seem to the Divine Masculines at this time, know that it is a gift, and to treasure it and to honor it and to do the work, and know that it is going to be so much nicer on the other side. It is so much more peaceful. No more feeding frenzy. No more people taking advantage of you. No more feeling that sense of lack, like nobody cares about you and nobody is going to be there for you. You are going to be surrounded by all the people that matter. And it's not going to be that different from the life you lived before. Yeah, you're going to want to make changes, but those changes, you're not even going to want them in your life once you see what's on the other side. It's a beautiful gift. Divine Masculines, hang in there. We're all rooting for you. It's for all of us, right? Here's a card flipped. is for all of us. So now we're going to clarify the Fool in reverse. Woo. We have marriage. So I think that like divine masculine wants to start a new beginning with his divine feminine. He probably wants to be together again, to be back in union. Or maybe he's feeling like blocked from this union, like he can't start again, and wants that new beginning with the divine feminine, but feels like it's not possible. Or that this new beginning can't begin without his counterpart. And it certainly can, divine masculine. It can begin without your counterpart. Both of us have to be apart. Divine feminines and divine masculines have to be apart from each other to finish the healing work, which needs to be done alone at this time. That's why the entire world is on isolation. It's not just divine masculine, divine feminines. Like divine masculine, divine feminines are anchors, right? So everything that goes on in our life, it's like a ripple effect out to the rest of the universe, and what we do really matters, and it sends out an energy into the world, divine light into the world, and makes changes. So that's why these entities come in and they want to throw you off and have you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because then the changes on earth are going to happen and they're not going to have any power anymore. The 3D is no longer going to be a big thing that anybody cares about, because once they see how good it is on the 5D, they'll never want to go back to the 3D. I'm telling you, not being emotionally manipulated anymore by anyone is such a freeing feeling. And I hope for divine masculines that you guys, I hope you guys are on your way there. Tower reversed, we have Lovers. So yeah, so this relationship with the divine feminine, it was destroyed, because of everything that had happened. But there is hope. I believe I see hope here, that it can begin again. I do see a lot of hope. I don't see a lot of cards of despair. It's just this one, which isn't even really like despair. It's just more like meditating and trying to manifest. I see Lovers, I see marriage, I see gift, I see wealthy man. The Empress is in reverse, but I don't get a negative vibe from it. I just get a feeling of like the Empress not being present. And that's not just the divine feminine, but like feminine figures that can help maybe are not around right now. So yeah, so this thing has broken. And I think divine masculine wants to be back with his feminine, or at least wants you guys to be on talking terms again. But yeah, he needs to come to his own realization and meditate on what it is that he wants out of this relationship, so that it can begin on healthy ground, right? So I'm going to get a card for the Hierophant, please. Please and thank you. Both of them. Courthouse Journey. So with the Hierophant, I feel like, yeah, he's now seeing things clearly, and wants a clean break from everything that has been going on. I feel like now he just wants to go out on his own. Obviously wants to be with the divine feminine, but more than anything just wants to break away from this toxic environment, or unfulfilling environment that he's in right now. He has new clarity, he has more passion, he wants to start that new beginning. And I think he's really like either gonna think about getting a divorce, or getting some kind of legal stuff cleared up, so that he can finally move on his journey. So he's kind of stuck, and I think that has to do with the finances, with the wealthy man. Like financially he's stuck, but I think like at this point he's like, let's bring this to the courthouse, let's hurry up and wrap this up so that I can go on, because I have the clarity now that this isn't going to I just want a clean break. That's what I get from that. I don't really see that he wants money from this. He just wants to be free and start his new beginning and not feel like he's stuck or obligated or bound up with somebody to have to do that. So for this Four of Swords now, he is like meditating and dreaming about going on a new journey and starting a new journey, and like all the possibilities that can come now that he's free away from people who are using him, abusing him, or hurting him. And he's now starting to see that like this ending is not this big disastrous thing, even though it feels like that when you're in the moment. But seeing that like he wants to be far away where there's happiness, and like wants true happiness now in his life. And I think that's really beautiful. Like I really do. I'm really happy to hear this. You know, I have my own divine masculine, and these readings is hard not to, it's hard not to feel like attached to the readings and try to just read it from a detached point of view. But I know that what my divine masculine going through, you guys are probably going through the same thing at least. And and time, this thing will get better. And I'm just really proud to hear that like it's not just like divine feminines like dragging divine masculines to do anything, but them taking the effort on their own. It's a really beautiful thing. So we have change with the Empress, and I feel like divine masculines really don't want to feel left out from their divine feminines, or feel like they don't have access to this like feminine energy that is gonna help them to change. Like they don't want it to be disconnected anymore. They want to be in contact with them, and they want to make the changes so that they don't have to be in the Empress reverse, so that this feminine energy does not have to feel protective or guarded, or like untrust, like not trusting the divine masculine, or like if he is currently around a feminine energy that is not being too nice right now, or being controlling, or abusive, or like I get like hoarding like money, that he wants that to change now, and he's ready to go over to distant horizons now, far far away, where he can be with the one he loves and start this new journey and just break this. So that's beautiful. I'm really happy to hear that. So I'm just gonna get angel therapy card to see what spirit would like for divine masculines at this time to be doing. I'll get one more. Well, okay, we got 4. So if you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So yeah, if you get nervous. So I remember pulling this card for myself when there was a time where I really was feeling devastated and I didn't know how I was going to make the situation better. And I got this card, and it's like, you know, that agitated feeling, that anxious feeling, that feeling of like everything is like gonna go wrong. I have no control over my life. Like that's true, but you have to remember that there's always someone going through something worse than you. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than getting like demonically attacked, but like, you know, you're not the only one. So with the newfound knowledge that you have, if you see somebody who is kind of like in a smaller scale version of what you're going through, like be kind to them, be nice to them, offer them advice, and it's going to make you feel like much more useful. Third eye chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. With this newfound energy that divine masculines have now, they're gonna now with the clarity, they're gonna start seeing being opened up to the spiritual world, and to not be scared, right? This is just all part of the process. Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, is with you, supporting your healing work. So you have got angels around you, divine masculine, right now at this time, knowing that, you know, you're helping people, they're going to help you. It's a nice cycle. It helps to break that parasitic cycle of the 3D feeding on feeding that needs to stop. We need to stop it. So you help, you kind of break that in small ways, and then they're behind you helping you as well. Visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So these both came out for divine feminine. So you guys both have to like, you guys both want the same thing, which is for the world to be a better place, so that nobody has to go through this kind of hurt anymore, and to be stuck in cycles where you're hurting yourself. So just see that, know that you're divinely protected, you're divinely guided, and it's going to be okay. Thank you so much for tuning into this today. If it resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys, and you have yourself a great day. Goodbye.